A scoreboard here, and you'll have a scoreboard there, and then you can cut out to your video or graphics or whatever you want. You guys also have it's a little black box sitting on the ground over there. We can get to it in a minute, but it's to control the scoreboard off of a cell phone. If it's like somebody on a weekend, I'm assuming, maybe a rec game, but it's only going to control that scoreboard and the shot clocks, which also have time on them in this gym as well. It's not going to do anything to this video board. And you run it off of a cell phone. So that box just plugs into power to the wall, and then it's an app that's on your phone that they download. They just have to be, that box can go anywhere in this gym. Whoever is operating from their phone, it's Bluetooth, so it's like 50 feet from that box. But the box can go anywhere you want in here, it just has to plug into power. So if we can come over here and I'll show you have you guys worked with Daktronics before? Are you familiar with the all-sport controller?
Yeah, I've used that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so all your stuff, football, basketball, everything's going to run off of an all-sport. You guys have 4 all-sports inside the building, and you got 1 for football, I believe. At least that's all I've seen is 1. I've labeled all your all-sports, so 2 of them are labeled main gym, and then everything's wireless in here for the stats. So these are your broadcast and channel. Okay, so if you want to run this whole gym, you would run broadcast 3, channel 0. It's going to pick up everything. If you want to run just the west side over here, which would be, the board is hardwired, so the board doesn't work wirelessly, so that doesn't apply. But if you were just running that shot clock with the time on it, you would do B3, C1. If you want just this half of the gym, which is going to be shot clock and board, you do B3, C2. So your auxiliary gym, you have 2 controllers for there. Same setup, but they're broadcast 4. So that you can run both gyms at the same time, because the frequency is strong enough it would mess it up. So like so when you turn this thing on, just like you have in the past, it's going to ask you if you want to resume game. I'm going to say if your sports code is whatever insert you have in here. The rest of them are in the bottom of the cases. I'm going to say no here. If you are still continuing basketball in the same gym and nothing's changed, you just hit yes. So I'm going to say no. It's going to ask for my sports code. I'm going to stay with basketball, and then that's where it asks for your broadcast and channels. So I'm on 3 and 0. So let's say I only want to run this half of the gym. I'm going to hit no here. I'm going to leave it on 3, and I'm going to change it to 2 and hit enter. And then it can take anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds usually. And then those 2 should fire up on that side alone, and this shot clock over here should not fire up. So now you're only running in this half of the gym.
You ran that buzzer.
So now for the scoreboard to actually work, I'm going to take it out of this mode, put it in. So you just menu, new code, leave it in sports code or in basketball. I'm going to hit no again. I'm going to go back to 3, 0. And it will take a second these ones will shut off for a second, and then it's going to bring the whole gym back. So now we're waiting on 1 shot clock. There it is. All right, so now start time, clock's running. Everything else is, home score,
Normal stuff.
guest score. That's all normal. That's all normal stuff right there. Inside of your.
Do we have to worry at all proximity? Like, we got 2 games going on. This gym control box is going to be here.
Yep.
Does it matter which wall we use in the other gym? There's no closeness. That's a problem.
You're good. Yep. As long as your radio channels are. If you put this thing on 0, 0, it'll probably pick up your football board too. It'll pick up everything.
Far, yeah.
It's pretty far.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so then now with this guy here, let me get this out of video mode. Scoreboard. All right. So in order for that to work, there's a lot of components here. So that's why I said it has to be like a full game setup, right? So I'll start with obviously you got your all-sport. Your all-sport wires into this Lantronix box right here. And then it's got Ethernet cable. There's only 1 port, so it's not like you're messing things up there. But Everything's over network here. So we got a Cat 5 in the bleachers right there. That's going back to the control room. So this Cat 5 comes out to your switch. From this switch, we're running the All Sport is 1, the laptop is 2, and then the third one is into there. So we're running basically two components off of it. So if you were just running the video board for like an assembly, you don't need any of this. Like I was just telling, there was a guy in here just a little bit ago that does this. He says he does assemblies. I didn't catch his name.
Pete, that's probably one of our
Okay,
leadership
yeah.
guys.
Basically, I told you, I mean, he could take that laptop, and I showed him in that audio room where he could plug the laptop straight in there and run that video board from that closet over there.
That's supposed to do it.
Yeah, for that kind of aspect.
So just show me these. If we were doing we would just need this cord and laptop.
Yeah, so if you wanted to run the video board just from here,
Yep.
you could just plug this laptop straight into there,
Okay.
and it would run the board with no stats.
Okay.
You only need all this other stuff
This is scoreboard
if
stuff.
you want the scoreboard to work,
Part of it.
because that's how it's getting all that data that's on it right now. Yep. I'm gonna stop the clock before the horn goes off. So this is called your show control laptop, standard PC. Display Studio is the program that runs the board. So when you open it up, it's going to pop up to this page here. It's got tabs for all your sports, basketball, cheer. Essential just has like standard stuff in it, American flag.
Does it look different, like if you click volleyball, like for volleyball? Does it change?
No, so these are just tabs to get to the buttons. So like if I just go to volleyball now, these are the only things made for volleyball right now. You got like an ace, a block, nice serve. So this is where whoever
This is the control mechanism.
this is what tells that board what to do.
Got it,
Yep, yep. So like for volleyball scoreboard, I added this one this morning. That was what was given to me as the predetermined scoreboard.
So if that's the scoreboard, and you automatically hit ace, do you have to go back to scoreboard, or does it just flash and go away?
You have to go back to scoreboard.
Okay.
Unless you can go in and program some of these buttons these were factory buttons that they
Like
made.
a 5-second button or anything?
Yeah, I can see what they have on
And
here.
don't do it. I just want to be curious.
They don't have a 8-second duration, but I think it's on a loop. It's playing back. So,
Okay.
so yeah, you'd have to come back and hit scoreboard again to go back.
And how do you guys know how to get any of those if you want to get more download more?
So,
Show me, right? I don't.
So I can-
don't know. I've never done this part.
so I can show you just. So basically, you guys bought a graphics package, which I had loaded on here. There's definitely more than 3. These are just what were on here. So if you wanted to make something new, you right-click on here, you click New button. It's a 4-step process here. The first step is it's almost always going to be 8,000 player control, because that's the 8,000 computer that's running it. Then you go to 2. You're going to pick the zone that you want it to be in, because you can do like a bottom zone or a side zone. They have it split up. I like to do full screen. If you're doing a full screen graphic, I do the takeover.
Okay.
So
Sort of screen.
so primary at the top here is going to be the full zone as well, but you would have to blank other things in order for it to play. So if you do takeover, then it's going to go to the top of the list every time. So if we go to takeover, and then I want it to play, and then I'm going to go to add, it will automatically bring you to your content folder. So I loaded these in this morning. I'm on volleyball. This extra folder here. So you had like ace, block, and nice set. There's like spike. Let's save that. Oh, I forgot to name it, but spike.
Perfect.
I should have, when you first opened it, it is spot up here to put a title.
So you said we have that package, that was part of our order?
Yeah, I loaded all of them in. It's
And
just
this
a
is
matter.
yours, so you're working through it. Like
This is totally your guys'
You
stuff.
just need to pull it up.
You just have
put
to
it
make
on
buttons
this,
and
so that
figure out what you
don't
want.
Put them all on here,
Yep.
and that's overwhelming.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Put on what
Yep.
you want, customize it.
Yep.
How we want to do it.
Why is that one black and the other's yellow, or do you color it? Or
It's color.
okay.
Yeah, it's just a.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
fully
So the
customized.
first step in that was just get me started again.
Right click, and go to new button, and then you're going to pick your player control and
Right click.
go from there.
Okay.
Dimming, so if you, on this very last tab here, the one that's not a sport, it's called Venus scripts. This is where, so right now we're running off the primary computer and the primary video processor. That's all you guys currently have. Because of computer chip shortages, Daktronics doesn't have enough to send everybody their primary and their backup. So you'll get it. I can't tell you when, that's above my pay grade. But if all of a sudden your board crashed in the middle of a game, then you would go into your Venus scripts here and hit backup, and it would switch over to the backup if it was there, right? But this...
Now, and if by chance that ever went sideways for whatever reason, would we have to reprogram that in the middle of the game to go 3-0 or whatever and just get...
No, this would stay.
on?
This would stay on.
Okay.
Yep, this would stay on. And then you have your dimming levels here. So you just click on these. So that's 10% dim, or that's 10% brightness. That's 25. That's 50. What? Wherever you guys want it.
I'm gonna
I mean-
lock it in there where the chairs are. The normal game, the game day event stuff.
And that's 100% right there. So,
We'll ask about you running that. Okay.
And then you're in the center.
and then for if you want to do video, you just click full screen video,
Here's video.
and it's going to play with. So right now I have my laptop plugged in, just playing YouTube.
Okay.
And then there's also scaled video. Scales it down, makes it look good. I'm just feeding it a YouTube signal. It's nothing special.
Good.
Cool.
So,
Who's that Valley opener and everything dance on? Yeah. Dance on the first Friday.
so do you guys have any questions for me?
We
What
just need
else?
to play with it, don't we?
Yeah, you definitely need to play with
We're
it.
gonna try to, I mean, it'd be
Do I
super-
have to save those buttons or automatically once they're there, through those steps they're there? And did you guys, like, is there a,
It will ask you to save if you try to close it.
and there's a database, like I'll go into basketball and there'll be a database of random things, or do I have to download them from some other place to
No, so
have the
there,
options?
all the stuff that you guys have bought is. So if I
In
go,
there, I just have to choose it.
yeah.
Okay.
Why are you not opening?
Just think of basketball.
Oh, okay. Right.
Can you customize that at all? Like,
What?
here we go Thunder, or something, like you want to put like, let's go Thunder up there or something so the crowd would
Like when
chant
the
in.
crowd is like.
Yeah, I mean you can make your. I know how to make like still graphics. I don't know how to make any animation
No,
stuff
that's
like
okay.
that,
Leave it
but
custom, like, just a custom
yeah.
still.
So I can show you that.
You know,
So
makes sense.
if you're in Display Studio right here, if you click in this little pencil in the top corner, it's going to open another program called Content Studio. It's a pretty big program. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, so when this opens, program opens, you're going to click up in the corner here. You're going to go to New. It's going to ask you to make a presentation for display or display type. You want to do display type. And then it's going to bring up, this is your display, 504 by 252. So you click on this arrow. These are all the zones that are factory made for you.
Okay.
So like if you were just making a bottom graphic so they have a bottom bar set up that's the whole width of the bottom, but only 50 pixels tall.
Okay,
Like-
so the
like-
second one's the tight.
You know, that's, so if we were making something custom, a full thing, I'm just gonna do the primary, the full size. Here's your canvas right here. So you could insert pictures.
Oh, cool, okay.
So like these were
So
pictures
there
of
you
what
could
your
get a
scoreboard is, what
graphic
you're
of
gonna.
You had like, let's go
So
Thunder
like-
or something. Yeah, so like pick that
So
on.
I can import this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that right there, and then I'm gonna go to inserts, text box. So, oops. Let's, make this a little bit bigger. And we'll make it green, probably not the right color, green.
that's okay.
And then we go to save.
Cool. We need some. I'm just having to think of a building.
All right, so now I just saved it, we're good there. So now you go to make a button. We go to leave it on player control. I'm gonna go to the takeover zone. I'm gonna keep it on play.
Now I gotta find it.
And then I go to add. I just saved it under the content. I didn't put it under a sport since it's not a open. Hit save. There's the button for it. And it's playing it over the top of the video. Because I didn't, but if I blank the video, then it would be just that right there. So there's a foul. It's gonna take over that, but it would, if you had a video playing behind it, you could put it on top.
You have the whole student body
Added like a
singing-
half-time
singing
job to my life
Thunder
here.
fight song.
It's still recording, isn't it? This is great. Good.
So, and then I guess, I don't know who's all doing the webinar for you guys, but I think you guys have a webinar scheduled on the 28th. I believe that's what I heard. That will show you a lot more in depth of like, you go
Oh,
to
the webinar training.
webinar
Yeah,
training,
no, I
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
Hours, yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are all invited.
Yeah.
And then it'll be a Q&R thing, sign in, he's gonna actually go in depth on.
You'll lead that too?
No, Daktronics does that.
Okay, I got it.
I don't do it enough. I just see this part of it. The guys doing that, well, that's all they do.
I think you guys had a
So.
24-hour training on that.
Yeah.
So we'll want to make sure.
This is good for inside, right?
This is good for inside. I can show you your computer equipment in here just so you guys know where it's all at.
You guys want to see the football, of course.
So this upper rack, from here up is the Daktronics rack. I mounted it, bolted it to this bottom rack because there really wasn't anywhere else to go in this room. You got a UPS in the bottom of it just for power, for battery backup. This is your 8000 computer. That's what's basically the contents on it. That's where the video goes. It takes it to your DIs, your video processor, and then this is converting all that stuff to a fiber signal to send it out to the board. So if this stuff all gets shut off at the end of the day, when you want to go fire up your board to use it, you want to start at the top.
Okay.
Turn this one on first, just a little power button on the side here. Wait 2 or 3 minutes, then turn the computer on, the 8000.
I want to feel it.
So you have to hold them to shut them off, or actually you just click it. So I just shut that one off. I think this one you got to hold it for 10 seconds, and then it's going to shut off. So turn this one on, wait a couple minutes, turn this one on, and then you turn the show control laptop on. That's going to be your best way. I mean, this morning I hit this switch up here, turned them all on at once,
So 3 turn-ons, 1, 2, laptop.
and then laptop. Yep.
Okay.
I turned it on up here this morning, all in one shot, and it worked for me.
If we were just doing the clock and not the board, we just go 1, 2, and not worry about a laptop. Then we could just go right to our
If you're just running the scoreboard, you don't need any of
You
this.
don't need
This is only for that video board.
Perfect.
If you're just running scoreboards,
We got youth volleyball game and we want to
Yeah.
use that, that's it.
then you're just all sports.
Okay.
All sports, or you can plug this guy in and,
I'll say, can we touch on that?
Yeah.
That's the black box that we were talking
yep.
about.
So let me pull up the app here.
And now you
This
run
again
from
is,
your
this is
phone.
again is non-video board. This is
Non-video board. You could take this and use it in that gym over there if you want to run that gym.
50 feet
Yep.
of it for Bluetooth.
So the app is DAC Sports is the name of the app.
Run it right from your phone. So this makes it Wi-Fi, so you can have my phone.
So when you turn it on, it's going to search for devices. So it's seeing this All Sport MX1 right here. It's telling me I got a not very good signal, but because I'm within 50 feet of it. If I went to the other side of the gym, I wouldn't be able to talk to it.
Okay.
So I'm going to click on that, and now it's going to connect to it.
Yeah, this will be the only box, but it's transition, like that's what he's saying. As long as you got a power source.
Scoreboard is off. Turn it on.
I see what you're saying though. It would be nice to have two, so if you want.
And then did you choose a score, because this could also do
Yeah.
that for that gym.
So yeah. So
Main
once
gym, you could label them or whatever.
you have to get into it first. So now that I'm into it, I'm going to go to the 3 lines up at the top, go to settings, and then this is where you would change to what you want. Basketball. I'm not seeing volleyball on here, so I don't think that's an option for volleyball.
Okay, so I'm saying scoreboard.
But yeah, that's true. So basketball, and then here's your broadcast and channels. So I'm on 3.0 right now. So if I change this to 4.0 and hit done,
Are you over there then?
it's going to take a second to connect. Let's see if those are on because of the,
Yeah.
I left the All Sport on.
That's okay.
Do you hear the horn?
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully somebody's not over there and they scare the
So
shit out of them.
I know exactly.
So it's still the broadcasting channel.
It's still the broadcasting channel. So you go, but this one you have to get all the way in like you're running it before you can get to settings.
Okay.
And then broadcast, it's the same deal here. So I'm going to leave it on 4 because that All Sports on. But once you're in here, it's, home score, guest score, possession arrows. If you hit more, there's your team fouls. You can't use like the player foul, like that doesn't work on here.
Okay.
It's kind of limited on what you can do.
Is
Starting,
that one on over there now? I haven't seen
it should be on right now, yeah.
Okay.
So that will never override that if that's plugged in.
Correct.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
good, okay.
Yeah.
And is that, so just review with me over there.
Yep.
Because we're coming from a gym where everything was like wired into the ground, right? So the video board, like there's stuff plugged into the bleacher there.
Yep.
So that board is not like wireless. It has to be plugged into that bleacher.
The-
Is that accurate?
For that to work.
For that to work.
Correct.
The actual Daktronic board
Wireless.
is wireless.
Yep.
And you just turn it on and it'll do the broadcast channel and it'll roll.
Yep.
Does it ever need to charge? Do you plug it in?
It plugs into power.
But it has to be. It does plug into power.
It plugs into power, yes.
Got it.
Everything over there plugs into power.
Got it.
But
Okay.
signal is all wireless.
Got it. Okay.
There's no wired backup.
That's the only Wi-Fi box, correct?
That's the only Wi-Fi box.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
But it could work on,
Yeah,
shoot, you could take it out to football if you wanted to.
random AV thoughts, because then we need a rug to put over, because that's the only source of power, right? So if I'm running a score clock and I have that Daktronics board, even at a minimum, I've got cords on the front of the bleachers that I need to protect from people tripping on them.
Yep.
Right.
You're gonna have one Ethernet cord and one power cord for the Daktronics
Because in the old
equipment.
days, stuff was under the bleacher and came through it. This is on the front. So I got to think about a rug or something that goes over the top. Charleston school get rugs like the old school. We get rugs like the other school, like the old Mountain View. We have rugs.
I don't know.
Okay. It's okay. I might order. Curious. Thank you.
Yeah. We can go fire up that other gym if you want to see that other gym. I'll grab the All Sports on the way over. One of these.
Let me just back up here and go. What's in this one? So is that the main gym board?
These are both aux.
These are both for the off.
You have 2 in each gym.
Just as a backup.
Yeah, just as a backup. Or if you're gonna split your gym into 2.
Got it. Okay. Perfect. So when I'm thinking basketball game right now, though, I'm just grabbing one of these boxes and I'm rolling.
Yep.
In other
I'd be grabbing this one, the one that says it has a shot clock, if you're using shot clock.
Okay. Yes, for like traditional game.
Yeah.
So theoretically, I could use this for a volleyball one.
Correct.
There's no shot clock.
Correct.
And one of those is a backup shot clock, or one of the shot clocks from over there.
No, this is game clock.
Got it, game shot.
You have
Got
two
it.
remotes.
I'm with you.
Every all sport has a game clock in it.
Got it.
And then you just have one for each side of the remote. So it's the same deal, fire it is, turn it on. I'm gonna say no. I'm in basketball mode. Broadcast 4, so we'll go 4, broadcast 1, which is gonna be the west side. So that's our side, if I looked at Google right. Yeah, it will. So clock started, our clock started now. Start the shot clock, reset. The other reset set to 30.
Do you know, are those, I feel like we talked about this once and then of course or when the random soccer ball goes into it, is it super durable?
Those boards should be super durable, but I know they want to paint like those normal, soft paneling around it. Okay. Don't know what that is.
Just curious. Yeah. Soccer balls.
Oh, I gauges in here, and I spot each other. You want to keep it as hard as you can.
Correct, 100%.
So I just switched it to 4-0, so that side should be firing up here in a second. So now you're in full gym operation mode.
Right there, about 5. You see the little attachment that's the fires.
I think like they'll play like soccer. Stuff, right? And piece the ball off that.
Yeah, so we just want to.
I feel like
we don't
we
want to
had
break
it.
that thing off.
I feel like we had a conversation. We as in like Sue and Holly and stuff. That like we might want to protect the boards, but I don't remember the result of that.
I think some of those should talk
Because they look great, and I would be afraid of a soccer ball to run through that antenna. I always think of the. I taught behavioral kids for like 6 years.
I just think of who I was when I was.
I was thinking about baseball flying through that thing or something.
I was a great kid, but I like to push through.
Yeah. And right. Okay, love it.
You hear all the horns go off.
I really like this gym. This gym's nice.
This gym is loud right here.
Are those white things, or the horn, that's coming from there? Game is over. I can do the scoreboard part for sure. The video board's going to take a little while. But the scoreboard's very comfortable.
Sweet. Let's go look at the football field.
There you go.
70-foot board.
You guys are winning 24-12.
Oh, love it. I'm going to stand up here and look at it. Controls are all the same.
Same exact thing.
I'm going to look at it here.
A lot of late nights, a lot of pulling your hair out, but when it comes out, it's
Not sure how the heck we were 12 points, but that's just pretty early in the game.
Yeah.
On 24-12.
Yeah.
People are excited.
fired up.
So you do have an option. The drawing show, that cell phone controller
Yes.
was designed for basketball. That's what the drawing show.
Yes.
But it's the same technology.
Okay.
So you could use that out here to run your board. That black box would just have to.
And you have to stay with. So theoretically, and that's dangerous though, because you're leaving a box. But but theoretically, if that black box is there,
Yeah.
and I had my score like standing here because he's 10 feet.
You should be
probably
should
do
be
it
fine.
on his phone.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
So that black box just needs to be within 1,500 feet of that.
Okay.
Is what the
I don't have to be distance to
that
it.
black box is accepting the radio signal just like the All Sport is now,
Okay.
and then it's just Bluetooth
Okay.
to run it from a
So
cell phone.
I can be over there doing it. I don't have to be within 50 feet of it.
No, you have to be within 50 feet of the box,
And that has to be within 1,500.
and then the box has to be within 1,500.
Got it.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it would work if you plug it in there. You might be better off to run an extension cord to here and have the black box here and then a cell phone.
Yeah.
Or you could just, with someone sitting here anyways, you could just run the All Sport. The All Sport's going to be definitely better. What's the right word? It's more stable.
Yeah.
Than the cell phone. Obviously, it's just Bluetooth.
Yep. Okay. I've got to hunt around. You don't know. Who would I ask about other power? Like randomly, there's a power that I don't even know about.
I can get
Would
you
anyone
answers
know
on
that?
I don't have the answer now, but I know the guys that can give me the answer.
Okay.
So I'll try to hunt that down.
Because I would like the score person, if I could, to be closest over there because we have to control the lights
Yep.
from over there, and the lights are pretty sweet because they'll flash and pulsate and do different things.
From the building.
So you score a goal. It's on a computer there. You score a goal and you hit like wave, and the lights will wave
Nice.
and stuff. And so I'd like to hire one person.
So I know there's when I was out here last time and got this board going, I was running it from the outlet wherever that ladder is.
Okay.
There was an outlet on that building on the outside.
Okay.
I believe it was on the outside, and that's how I ran it last time.
Fired up because the overhead doors are.
And that's what I was thinking is if maybe I could put the box there, the black box, and do the scoreboard from like out in lane 9. Wish I was power out.
Possibly.
I'll see. I'll have to experiment.
But
Okay. That's fair enough though. Love it. That sounds great.
that's all I got for you, unless you guys got more questions. I'm sure you have more questions, you just don't know them now. But
I know, and I'm good. I'm good on the video boards because just same controls we've done at
Yeah.
McKenzie, all that stuff.
Yep.
The video board will take us a while,
yeah, it's definitely a new thing.
but just being able to hit like spike
Yeah.
will be cool.